Hello. Good afternoon. Happy Easter Sunday. Hello, Serena. Good afternoon. Hello, everyone, whoever is on the other side. Thank you for joining me today. Interestingly enough, when I booked this, let me just move a little bit to the side so you can see my beautiful orchids. Well, when I booked this Just Breathe Live for this date, I wasn't aware that it was Easter Sunday. But isn't that just perfect? I believe it is. It is a really perfect thing that we are going to breathe together today. I just want to ask you one thing. Please let me know if my voice is coming through clear, because last time there was an issue with my microphone. The sound wasn't coming in perfectly clear. So if you're hearing any crackling or something like that, please just let me know. Thank you. Thank you very much, Serena. Okay, because last time it was quite crackly. Ah, today, for me, it's like any other day. And funnily enough, it's become a bit awkward to kind of remember special, well, that occasions that people call special because they're on the calendar. And so there is this convention that says this is a special day. It's really awkward for me to follow this stuff because each day, and literally, really and honestly, each day is so blessed, so sacred, so important, so relevant, so fulfilling as well, and so mm, abundant, I could say, that I can't make a distinction between the days that us as humans have defined on our calendar that are supposed to be celebrated for whatever reason, and the days that are not defined in the collective calendars, depending on the cultures, of course, where each one lives, that are not sort of considered um, to be celebrated. And on one hand, I believe that collectively it's really important and valid and useful, actually, that there are these dates that are booked on calendars for a wider collective to stop on those days and um, give a little bit more special attention to certain things that usually are not are not valued, I would say, or not valued as they should or could be. That is important because at least on those days, the collective or a greater collective, because of course each collective culture, depending also on the creed, etc., has different dates that are considered the special ones. At least on those dates, people stop and take some time to somehow give them a special attention. And unfortunately, in our what we call modern societies, or in the developed world, so-called developed world, these dates have been taken over by the commercial need to create moments where people spend more, so that keeps the market economies working, and then the special attention that is given to those days is no longer the one that is more profound, but rather convenience, something that people then are required to do, like gather and eat certain foods and give each other certain gifts. And if a person doesn't, and you are part of that thing, that kind of convention, and um, then people feel bad about themselves if they don't comply with common rules, I would say, social rules. And so today, um, in our Just Breathe live sharing, I would like to invite each one to eventually, first of all, embrace this day for the complete sacredness of it, not only because it's considered Easter Sunday in some cultures, but also because it is sacred anyway. And then to go further on to realize the sacredness in being alive, and especially if you've been through big challenges in your life. um, Probably most of us have all been through life and death challenges, some much more than others, for sure, and some have been through traumatizing events much more than others, for sure, but all have had their own set of experiences in that realm. And wow, you're here today. You're here today. You're conscious of yourself. You are alive. And for sure, if you're here in this moment, in this session, you're choosing life to be its most expansive, fulfilling, real expression of the souled being that you are. So, wow, isn't that a reason, a huge reason to celebrate today? And it will be a reason tomorrow and the day after, and each and every single day after that. So, interestingly enough, I don't usually come into these sessions knowing what the heck I'm going to talk about. Things just flow through. And so when I started today, it was the same thing. I had absolutely no idea whatsoever which direction this was going in. But I'm pretty used to that because in my compassionate breath sessions, when we start, and I invite everyone to close your eyes and breathe, and we're going to do that as well here today. I have absolutely no idea what will be offered during that session. And it depends fully and completely in the now moment that we are breathing together in. And it also depends on all of those who are present in that moment at the same time. And also eventually on all of those who will converge to that experience, if it has been recorded. So whoever will be listening in on at a later date is as well in the timelessness of the now moment, bringing a sphere of consciousness into whatever then is shared. So it is always a complete new experience for me. It is unplanned. It is simple. I don't have to make an effort at all. It's organic, it's natural, it flows. Um, it is definitely not coming from my mind because, as I said, I have no idea what is going to be shared in that moment. And why am I sharing this with you today? Because basically, once we start choosing to really trust and to really take that leap of faith, where we decide, I don't need to prove myself to be a small human that is limited, or I don't need to prove myself to be in whichever way I was in the past. So, and for each one of you would be the same thing. So once you come to that point that you don't need to prove yourself to be, let's say, traumatized, you don't need to prove yourself to be ignorant, you don't need to prove yourself to be lacking, you don't need to prove yourself to not be enough, which is the same thing as lacking. You don't need to prove yourself in order to get acknowledgement, because you've done that for enough time to realize that still it is not completely fulfilling. That still, that even if you do get acknowledgement now and then, the hole that is there, that you would like to feel filled, and filled from the inside out with loving care, it doesn't fill with the acknowledgement you get. So um, even though you might have believed yourself to be that person, or you might have believed yourself to be someone who likes this and doesn't like that, and now you can extrapolate to any area of your life, and it can be things, it can be foods, experiences, people, whatever. So when you decide, you don't need to hang on to being labeled as whatever, and it could be a personality trait, it could be a religion, it could be a social construct, it could be a job, it could be a member of the family, like labeled as, I am a mother, or I am a father, or I am a brother, or I am whatever. So whenever each one of us comes to a point where we feel, no, I really don't want to hold on to any of that anymore, though you recognize it has served you a lot, and it has built you, and it has made of you that which you are today. But you are a sum total of all of that. Not only this, not only that, not only that, not only that, a sum total of all of that. And that is what has enriched you, not taken from you. None of your experiences, no matter how challenging, no matter how hard, no matter how painful, whatever, they haven't taken from you. They have constructed, they have built you. Why? Well, because you're here. That's enough of a reason. If they hadn't, you would have eventually already died. You wouldn't be here anymore. Or you wouldn't be choosing this, it's enough of who I have known myself to be. And choosing this, I feel this fragrance, this sense, this something that is deeply fulfilling. I feel this wisdom, this knowingness, this clarity, this love, this compassion. I feel I feel there is a joy down below coming up. I feel when you come to that. So it doesn't really matter what your belief system is. If you believe in soul or spirit or divine or whatever, it doesn't matter if you don't even believe in any of that. It's that sense, that feeling. There is more. There is more to me. There is more to me. But that more is so beyond what the mind can conceive, because it's natural, organic, intuitive, that it requires you to allow yourself to surrender to it so that you can feel more of it. So then you realize, oh, this is also me. And then you just start choosing to merge further and further into that. And then the pain and the suffering and the illusions of guilt and shame and all of those experiences we have gone through that have shown us separation from ourselves and from everything and everyone. You see them in a new light. You start perceiving them as building blocks. What was it that this experience brought to me? What was it that that experience brought to me? And then you start getting that special fragrance. Oh, wait a minute. It wasn't only pain, it wasn't only suffering, it wasn't only trauma, it wasn't only separation. This experience has brought me this, and you tap into it. And then that's where you tap into the richness, the silver lining, actually the gold lining, I would say. The platinum, which is considered to be even more valuable in human economic terms. Wow, that's what it brought me. And then all of the emotions that were scaffolding that experience so it would stay in place to remind you to not go that way, to not do something again, to not say something again, to not allow something again. That's emotional scaffolding starts crumbling. And then that experience rises to its full glory. And then you realize, oh, this was not about the small human self. No. It was about the whole of me. And then you realize the blessings in disguise. And as your integration, which is basically your coming together like a puzzle, a very complex one that each one of us is, it starts coming together, and then you start seeing, oh, wait a minute, there's a boat there, oh, there's a tree there. And as the puzzle starts gaining form, oh, now I can see more. And so as you start coming together more and more, notice coming together, right? Coming together. So this coming together is when the rejection of all that we have been starts to melt, that as that wall of rejection, all that has happened in our lives, and I will not say to us deliberately, all that has happened throughout our existence, our experiences in this lifetime and others, it starts coming together. So you see, when you tap into something that, oh, it's really unacceptable, like you can't have been that person, you can't have done that or said that, or someone you really love can't have done that, said that, whatever. When you tap into something like that, and then you're no longer rejecting it as, that's impossible. No, it can't have been that way. And you realize, okay, I accept this as it is. So you're no longer putting yourself out there like a bunch of galaxies with a whole lot of planets to them. You're now gathering yourself back like one planet with all of its qualities, and everything that is the considered good and bad within it, it starts coming together. Oh, then you realize, wait a minute, nothing that I have thought myself to be, nothing that has happened in my existence has ever been more powerful than me. And then you start seeing the bigger picture, and you start seeing yourself, wait a minute, I have been the creator of all of that landscape with my yeses and my nos, consciously and totally unconsciously. And at the same time, I've been the creation. And that these are all things that one starts to realize when we come to that point, saying, yeah, I've had enough of trying to prove myself to be the one I thought I was. And then you just sort of, okay, that more is not more. It's basically the ocean where I have been happening, thinking that I was the drops and the waves. And then I realize, oh, wait a minute. It's all one and the same thing. I mean, I'm the ocean, and I'm the drops and the waves, and even all of the creatures that are living in it. Oh, and I'm also the sky and the earth down below the water, and everything in the ethers, all of the stars, all of the galaxies and everything. Oh, okay. So then you realize you're a whole universe, but a very unique one. A very, very unique one. Because no single other being has had the exact same set of experiences as you, for several reasons. First of all, because, I mean, it's irreplicable. You don't come in with a predefined, this is going to be exactly like this, this, and this, because then things shift moment to moment, right? And on the other hand, because you, while you're going through each experience, you produce emotions, and you also produce feelings. I'm making a distinction here between emotions and feelings, because a feeling can be totally non-emotional. That's what makes up the whole experience. So that is unique. And you produce those emotions and those feelings and those perceptions and all of those things based on where you are looking from. So where you are looking from then will be based on how you are receiving the experiences that are happening around you, how you are assimilating them and then making sense of them. And this is what makes up the human experience. So you are a universe, and there is no other universe like you. Now, does that put things into perspective? I would like to invite you to today, in this special day, which is being Easter Sunday, dedicated to resurrection, to realize how many, oh gosh, it's even impossible to realize how many thousands of times you have resurrected. And because of that, you are here now, today. And so I'd like to take this a step further and invite you to check out, okay, so what is missing? What do you feel is missing? Or do you feel anything is missing? Knowing that you're a whole universe and that everything that you ever have thought, said, done is part of that universe, building it. What is missing for you? What do you feel or perceive to be missing? And could you, for now, perceive you and your existence, your reality, as lacking nothing? Please, for this moment. Just taking a deep breath and allowing this possibility to take root. Pardon me. To perceive yourself as lacking nothing, not as a mental effort or trying to convince yourself of this, okay? It's just a shift of perception. Bring your perception into nothing is missing. What do you see? What do you sense? What do you perceive? Because it all boils down to where you want to place your attention, what you want to allow your beliefs to be or not. Yeah. It seems eventually too simple, but that's just to the mind. It seems too simple. Yet it's not. And I would like to take this one step further, which is, if by any chance you are here now, today, alive, but sometimes wish you weren't, like you're fed up of Earth, you're fed up of being alive, you're you can't see the reason to go on. And so which part of you believes that? Because you see, if you're here and you're alive, it's because a great part of you wants to live. Is there a part of you that doesn't? Why is that? What does that part of you believe? In what way could you resurrect this half-dead part of you? So that it can at least make the most of being here now? You are alive. You are your own lottery ticket. And each day is filled with the billions that each breath brings in. Yeah. So I'm gonna invite everyone here today, whom I thank so very much, because today being the day it is, I suppose people have, you have your families or whatever events or whatever you've prepared. And so I'm so thankful that I can be here with you and that we've taken time to be with each other as well. Thank you very, very much for the blessing of your presence here today. Thank you. So I'm going to invite you now to close your eyes. And make yourself comfortable if you have a space where you can lie down or eventually even lean back if you're on a couch or something like that. It's important that your head is supported and your shoulders, your back, so that you can really, really slip into the breath with no discomfort whatsoever in your body. I invite you to take a deep inhale through your nose. And then also a complete exhale through your nose. And when you inhale, fill your belly, not forcefully, but naturally. Allow yourself to relax and fill your belly. And then when you exhale, release it. Just allowing yourself to sink into the breath deeper and deeper. to sink into the breath and stay. And enjoy the smoothness, the softness, the sweetness that your breath is bringing in. Allowing yourself to really connect in your core, deep down in your belly. Just allow yourself that sweet peace of being here and now, in the wholeness of each breath. And as you breathe and just stay. I would like to invite you to welcome whichever building blocks of you have so far rejected that are now available to come together, that are now available to be received, to be seen, accepted, to be let go of in terms of the identities that they had that determined you, your beliefs, your actions, so that the sheer gold of those building blocks of you can be revealed. The real purpose, the real transcendence that they have provided to you, not only as a human being, but also as a divine being, as a souled being. Just always breathing deeply and softly through your nose and perceiving. See, each day is filled with building blocks of sheer gold. In the simplest moments, and also in the more complex ones. Each day is filled with you. And all that you reflect upon your reality, and then your reality reflecting upon you and all of those who are in this with you. And so are you in this with others, reflecting their realities. Each day is a rich landscape. If you were to choose to perceive it from the knowingness deep down within you, the unplanned knowingness that has no agenda, that has no judgment, that flows in love. A love so beyond words, it cannot even be spoken. If you were to live each day from the clear conscious choice of experiencing from that togetherness within, not leaving any part of you out in the cold. No. A real family within you. All of you within you. No part of you left out of Easter lunch. In each day. Each part of you allowed to come back home and merge with you and resurrect. No more need to keep parts of you lurking in the shadows, holding all of that which has seemed too painful anymore. No part of you having to have that responsibility, that burden. If you were to live each day as a sacred Easter Sunday, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, and even all the way through the night, feeling gratitude for being alive, for this allows whatever needs to die, and to resurrect within the same lifetime. Allowing yourself to really take in this moment, these feelings, these perceptions. Always breathing deeply and softly through your nose. This is how much of an honor it is for me to be here with you right now, you that are a unique universe in yourself. Wow, what an honor, what a blessing. Can you feel so honored for yourself as well? Allow yourself to breathe your expanded version, the true one. Allowing this expanded version to merge into your conscious awareness, to land even more today in your physical body, in your human form, in your human vessel. Resurrecting your true strength. With such ease and simplicity. So throughout the rest of your day and the rest of your week and each and every single day, I invite you to allow these perceptions to expand, to take more root. So that the sacredness of each day can be lived and shared. In the simplest possible moments, always, in each breath. And so now I invite you to start breathing even deeper, feeling your body even more. Moving gently, wiggling your toes, feeling the warmth in your heart, so tangible and real. And gradually preparing to open your eyes in your own time. I thank you very, very much. I can feel the ease and grace of you as well right now. So now if there is anything you would like to share that you have come into awareness of and that you feel would be relevant to share here today, please write that in the comments and we can share it openly. And I would like to remind you that I have the random compassionate breath sessions this month. The English one has already been. Tomorrow there will be one in Portuguese. Usually there are 2 per month in English. And also next month, the month of May, there will be the Be Beyond Illusion Circles of Clarity. This is a workshop that happens this year only 5 times. This is the second time this year. And a person can do 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever. And it is 2.5 to 3 hour workshop with only maximum of 4 people. And what is it about? It's about clarity. It's about whatever is there in that moment for those people and within the people present. And it is extremely transformational, extremely profound, extremely beautiful and compassionate. And I can honestly say that what I've experienced with people through the Be Beyond Illusion workshops has gone way beyond what I could ever have imagined possible in in a in a group of people. Well, of course, very small groups. That's why it can become extremely intimate and very profound and beautiful. Thank you very much, Barbara. Thank you, Serena. Thank you. So this is our Easter Sunday. Thank you, Doris. It could not be anything else but a divine holy experience, because we are divine holy experiences. Do you realize that? We, all of us, are a divine holy experience all the time, if we allow ourselves to see that perspective. Isn't that fabulous, that this physical reality is so how can I say it? It can shape shift so easily that we can really embrace our whole experience as divine and holy. It is magical. Yes, we are. We are, Joanna. Thank you, my dear sister. We are all beautiful in our magnificent uniqueness. Very beautiful. And the quality of the gold that shimmers from the joint collection of our building blocks is all different. None more or less precious. Yeah. Thank you, Barbara, for embracing me, and I mean us as well, with all your love. Thank you very much. So I believe we are gonna end the session, and it's been very special for me as well, for all of us, I believe. And not just because it's Easter Sunday, but because of this awareness that it's Easter Sunday every single day. Next week we have the InPassion Breath Weekend retreat, and we thank the people who are coming. We only do this for 1 to 3 people, so it's an individual, personalized retreat. So that's going to be very special as well. So you see, like, it just goes on, and each and every single day is like that. And for me, like, having also individual sessions with people that call isness mentoring, and coming in touch with people at such an intimate level where we tap into source consciousness and to the whole vastness of each one. Oh gosh, it's so blessed and so miraculous. I have even coined the term for myself as a miracle assistant, because I assist people in realizing their own miracles. And I'm very thankful for that. So you see why for me it's really hard to make a distinction between Christmas or Easter or a birthday or any other special day, but like a wedding, baptism, or even a funeral. You know, a funeral can be a very special moment too. Right, so I'm gonna disconnect, and again, thank you very much. Also like to remind you about my books. Whoever has not read them, they're available in the InPassion Publications page on my website. Have a look. And well, see you next month for the Just Breathe Live. I still haven't put up the date, but I will be here on a Sunday, not necessarily at this same time. and look forward to this moment of coming together. Thank you very, very much. I love you and I embrace you. Thank you. And just before ending, like, how can I say I love you if I don't have an idea of everyone who's watching, and this I love you is for every single one, or who is going to be watching? Because it's true, because I do. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't really matter who you are. My love is extensive, just as yours is, to all. That's what happens when it's allowed. Bye-bye. Thank you.